I think you've heard a lot about ACEs. That's how the auto industry is phrasing it very simply. So it's autonomous, connected, electric, and shared. So while on autonomous, yes, India is still a far way away, but it is still important because there'll be some aspects of the autonomous making its way into even our regular day-to-day cars. You're seeing ADAS. I mean, most of the cars today offer ADAS technologies. So that definitely will, some of those technologies will flow into regular vehicles. Connected cars is again a little time away, but definitely the two next aspect, which is E and S, the electric mobility. I mean, that is talk of the town. There are several things happening. The penetration as we speak, particularly in the two-wheeler industry, is gaining a lot of traction. I just got to know the other day that it's almost hit 17% in some cities. The penetration of electric two-wheeler is as high as 17%. In three-wheelers, it's in fact even more. So the adoption of electric vehicles in two-wheelers and three-wheelers is going to happen at a rapid pace. And we have to provide technologies and products and solutions to that industry. So that's what we are working as a group currently on. And the other technology trends, in terms of, let's say, the passenger cars, I spoke about two-wheelers. In passenger cars, again, because of the car changing its role from a normal uh, commute proposition from point A to point B, it's almost becoming like an extended living room, of a person. So the features that are being offered in a car inside the car are, a totally different genre. So you're seeing, latest entertainment systems making its way into cars. The interiors of the cars are much more, aesthetically far more evolved. We are also looking at greater technologies coming in terms of making the in-cab noise of the car more silent, so that the customer is able to enjoy a very smooth and silent ride. So these are some of the technologies that we are seeing clearly. In terms of electric cars, yes, there's a lot happening in the batteries, in the motors, in the axle technologies, and the control systems, of course, the controllers. So we as a group are working towards developing the motors. Uh, we already started supplying to the two-wheeler industry. We are developing a motor, also working on developing a motor for the car and also the light commercial vehicles. So now that takes to the last segment, which is the commercial vehicles. So in commercial vehicles, while the adoption of EVs will happen a little more slowly, but there's a lot of talk around hydrogen fuel cells, because that makes more sense. These are longer range, long haul vehicles, particularly in the medium and higher commercial vehicles. So this is a technology that is emerging. So we still have to see how that will shape up. So Anand Group is present across various product segments in a passenger car, in a two-wheeler, in commercial vehicles. In fact, through Gabriel, we also supply the railways, incidentally. So we are, if you look at, again, there are two parts to this. One is the EV agnostic part, meaning, let's say when we talk about air conditioning, you will need it even if it's EV or non-EV. You will still need the air conditioning. You will need the suspension. You'll need the brakes, irrespective whether it's EV or non-EV. So that's one part. So we are offering technologies in that even today, but EV specific technologies, which I already spoke about, like the motors, the controllers, in the two wheelers, in even for the chargers, we are working on technologies. We are working on a technology for HMI, or the instrument clusters for the two wheelers particularly. So these are the technologies that we are working for, in EV space. This particular initiative around sustainability is really absolutely relevant. In fact, I was just sharing that in today's time, particularly after COVID, the people's awareness or the sensitivity towards environment has surely gone up. We were taking it for granted. I mean, unfortunately, that's been the hard truth. But now COVID has not only kind of accelerated the process of digitalization, but it has also really fast paced the sensitivity towards environment, towards people in general. So this is a very, very relevant topic. How can we take care of the environment, take care of this beautiful planet, as we work on improving our manufacturing processes? So very relevant. and I'm sure we have a lot of takeaways from this conference today. And post conference, yes, we'll be connecting with some of the relevant people to see how we can, make the most of those ideas that were presented.